And sometimes we look at the Bible stories and we just think they're stories. They're not really real accounts, right? No, they are real, right? And so we teach them just a few stories, but we don't really teach them the Bible, right? Even as they get into their teenage years, right? They may know a few Bible stories, but we haven't really sat down and taught them the Bible. So there is a biblical illiteracy, which leads to a biblical confusion, because now, why shouldn't I believe some of these other views? And then when they're really pressed on it, and when they get away from home, they get away from their church or away from family and things, and they're really pressed on it by their peers, and they can't defend their faith, and they can't really explain what the Bible says, it causes them to fail. It causes them to crumble. And they end up leaving the faith, because there was no biblical literacy. They weren't taught the Bible. Not that they couldn't read it, but they weren't taught it. And this is why Paul tells Timothy to continue in the things that he had been taught as a child. That's why he says in verse 14, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing whom thou hast learned them," right? So Paul is saying to Timothy, you continue in those things.